Hold on. OTF is in shambles right now, and the internet is melting. Twitter's on fire. TikTok detectives are screaming, "Not the betrayal arc," and the OTF subreddit just went full war zone. This is not a drill. Durk just made a move that's got everybody shook. Like the type of move that got fans yelling, "Ain't no way" in the quote tweets, and ex-members sneak dissing in Bible verse captions. And the worst part? It's giving plot twist we did not see coming. Rumors started flying after Durk unfollowed 3 people tied to OTF. And then boom, a close affiliate dropped a story that said, "Loyalty ain't loyalty when the camera's off." Nah, what is happening? Then came the screenshots, then the leaked audio, then the live where someone accidentally said too much. Bro, not the receipts dropping mid-live. And now, the fan theories are wild. Some saying Durk cut off dead weight, some saying someone flipped behind the scenes, and some claiming this ain't a split, it's a setup. Like Afar, there's a deeper reason this move happened now. Album drops, snitch rumors, new deals behind the scenes. It's giving chess, not checkers. And if the messages we're seeing are real, then somebody in OTF might have crossed the line. Stay locked in, because we're about to break down everything from the DMs to the dirt. And when you hear what triggered this, you'll see why the whole OTF family may never be the same again. Let's go. This ain't just a rap crew fallout. This feels personal, like the kind of drama that don't just live on the timeline. It leaks into the booth, into contracts, into trust, and now everybody's side-eyeing every single move Durk makes. Because what he just did not feel random. It started with an unfollow, quiet, sneaky, like a whisper in a loud room. Durk stopped following 3 key OTF members. Folks he's posted with, shot music videos with, brought on tour. And at first, fans thought it was a glitch, or maybe he was resetting his following count for aesthetics. But then somebody zoomed in and noticed he wasn't just unfollowing randoms. He was surgically removing names tied to rumors that have been floating around since late last year. And just like that, boom, the internet caught fire. One of the unfollowed, who we'll call V, posted a black screen story within minutes that said, "You gon' see who real when the money ain't moving the same." No tags, no mentions, but the timing, obvious. And you already know, once the blog saw that, it was up. Say Cheese reposted it with the emoji, and within an hour, fans were pulling receipts, old lives, cryptic captions, even blurry footage from behind-the-scenes studio sessions. People started asking, was this just business? Or was something more serious going on? Because there's been whispers for months. Rumors that someone inside OTF was talking to the feds. Rumors about money going missing from a merch collab. Even a few quiet mentions about contracts being redone behind closed doors. None of it confirmed, but the smoke been there. Then came the TikTok edits. You know the kind. Dramatic music, freeze frames, captions like, "When Durk realized who was fake all along." Clips from old interviews, past lives where people looked a little too awkward when loyalty was mentioned. And the most viral one had 3.2 million views in under 24 hours. It showed Durk giving a speech about loyalty on stage while one of the unfollowed members stood behind him looking tense. TikTok comments went crazy, not him blinking like he just got caught. You can tell bro was already out mentally. It's always the closest ones. But here's where the drama exploded, because a voice memo dropped anonymously. No face, no source, just a 2-minute clip allegedly from someone inside OTF venting on a call. In the audio, the voice says, "Man, I told him that boy been funny. Durk ain't wanna listen until that phone rang. Once the label got that info, everything changed." Pause. What phone? What info? Who was the call from? Nobody knows. But the theories, they went crazy. Some fans think it was a call from Atlantic. Others believe someone on the legal team found out about a hidden conversation tied to an open case. One viral tweet said, "If this about that Rico rumor that surfaced last fall, then it makes sense why Durk moving like this now." And yeah, remember that? Late 2024, some blogs started whispering that the feds were looking into rap collectives again, and OTF's name was being floated, along with others. Nothing ever came of it. No charges, no headlines. But in this game, perception moves faster than truth, and if Durk caught even a whiff that someone in his camp was playing both sides, it's wraps. But it gets worse. Another OTF affiliate, one who hasn't been unfollowed but stopped posting for weeks, suddenly went live on a burner. Fans caught it fast. It was up for 5 minutes max, but someone screen recorded it in the video. He's pacing, stressed. Not saying names, but his tone, tight. The key quote, "It ain't even what he did, it's how he did it. Like we ain't been through things you don't even post about." Yikes. You can feel the hurt. This ain't just business. This is betrayal, internal. Like someone thought the crew was family and Durk flipped the switch with no warning. But let's keep it a buck. This ain't the first time Durk had to make a move like this. Remember 2021 when certain names stopped showing up in music videos and tour footage? He never addressed it directly, but people noticed. And back then too, it was tied to someone not keeping it solid. Man, and some fans are calling this his Jay-Z moment, as in cutting the fat. Rebranding, moving solo heavy, putting distance between himself and anyone that could compromise the empire. Because look, Durk's in a different bracket now. Deals, endorsements, brand partnerships. He's no longer just a drill artist from Chicago. He's a business, and businesses don't play with risk. But while he's moving silent, the streets are loud. Someone posted a screenshot of a text, allegedly between a videographer and someone in Durk's camp, that read, "Don't film anyone except Durk. Nobody else in OTF cleared for release Arn." Whether it's real or not, it added gasoline to the fire. People started tweeting, so they really cutting folks out of everything. This feel like a rebrand or a purge. OTF turning into just TF. And then, out of nowhere, Kodak Black posted a tweet. "You gotta know when to cut the snakes, even if they look like brothers." Fans instantly connected the dots. Kodak and Durk got mutual respect. Was he subtweeting the situation? Reacting to the drama? He didn't clarify. But he did like a post about Durk cleaning house. Coincidence? Maybe, but then again, maybe not. And that's where, with silence from Durk, deleted stories from the unfollowed, and the entire fan base sitting in a digital group chat trying to piece it together like detectives with trust issues. One thing's clear, something broke, and it wasn't just a follow button, it was trust. And the deeper you look into the timing, the money, and the moves, the more it's starting to feel like this wasn't just about loyalty, it was about survival. The energy shifted fast. By the time the timeline had caught its breath from the unfollowed drama, another wave hit. A leak, not just some random tweet or fake screenshot. This was a studio session audio clip, anonymous account, no face. No context, just two voices. One sounded like a known OTF affiliate. The other, fans swear it's Durk. The two are arguing over a beat, but the conversation veers left. Suddenly one of them says, "You said you was with me, but you signed that deal without even letting me know." The second voice says, "I had to eat, bro. You know they wasn't paying." Boom. That's all fans needed to connect the dots. People started pulling up old clips from a podcast interview with one of the unfollowed artists, where he mentioned feeling underappreciated in his own circle. The timing lined up too well. The theories now. One of Durk's former OTF artists secretly signed a side deal, possibly with another label, and Durk found out last minute. Some say the label involved is tied to someone Durk doesn't rock with anymore. Others say this move would have violated a loyalty clause buried in old paperwork. Either way, it's looking like this wasn't just about personal loyalty, it was about money. And you know how fast the industry reacts to money drama. Suddenly, industry insiders started dropping cryptic tweets. One respected A&R posted, "You can't build them up just to get backdoored by your own camp. Gotta cut fast." Another exec wrote, "They always smile on the way in. Change up once the Spotify checks clear." No names, no mentions, but everyone in the comments knew who they were talking about. Then came the reaction fans weren't ready for, Drake. Drake didn't say much, just liked the tweet that said, "Durk cutting ties now gonna save him headaches later." Facts. Now this might seem small, but Durk and Drake have always kept it tight, so a move like that, public validation. Fans started calling it the chess move cosign. And people took note, but the plot thickens. Someone from inside OTF, real quiet, real low-key, allegedly reached out to a blog behind the scenes. And what they said had the entire hip-hop corner of Twitter spinning. The source claimed this: Durk found out weeks ago that one of the guys he fed, paid, and trusted was low-key recording conversations. For what reason? We don't know, but one of those clips ended up in the hands of somebody they not cool with. Whew, now we're talking betrayal. This went from unfollows and IG stories to internal espionage. Folks were recording convos like it's Power Season 6, and it didn't stop there. A tweet went viral saying Durk moved like a CEO, not a rapper. He's treating OTF like a business now, and fans had mixed feelings. Some were like, he had to. Others, nah, this feel cold. What happened to family? Because that's the thing. Durk always said OTF wasn't just a label, it was family. Only the family, not only the contractually obligated. And that's why this hit different. The idea that somebody from the inside might have leaked convos to the wrong people. That's not just foul, that's dangerous. One fan put it best. This ain't music beef. This is loyalty trauma disguised in a 16-bar verse. And then, just when you thought it couldn't go left any harder, a song preview leaked. Durk, unreleased, full of emotion. The snippet hit Twitter and SoundCloud for a few hours before it got taken down, but not before the key bar got screenshotted everywhere. Watch who eatin' at your table. Same one's praying you fall through the floor. Don't call me twin. We ain't blood no more, bruh. It wasn't subtle. Fans immediately tagged every former OTF member you could think of. Blogs reposted it. Fan pages zoomed into his facial expression from the booth recording. People even matched the lyrics with the leaked studio argument. It all started lining up, but here's the twist nobody expected. The alleged leaker might not have been a former OTF artist. Rumors started surfacing that it was someone close to a rival artist, someone who used to roll with OTF in the early days, but fell out when the fame started building. And now, they've been sitting on years of screenshots, clips, and texts. Word is, they plan to drop them all right before Durk's next album drops. Strategic sabotage. And now Durk's scrambling to get ahead of it. Sources say he's pulled back all interviews, stopped filming content, locked his next few videos down to private locations only. No outsiders, no behind the scenes crew unless it's his people. Fans are calling it Durk's lockdown era. He's cutting loose ends, locking doors, and going full silent mode. And honestly, who can blame him? He's seen what happens when rappers let too many people in the room, too many cooks in the kitchen, too many yes men, and not enough loyal ones. And if someone inside really was leaking conversations, bro's doing what he gotta do. But the pressure's building. Every move Durk makes now is under a microscope. He posted a simple caption, just 3 emojis, no words, no context, but everyone reading into it. Ice cold, zip it, missing piece. It's giving cryptic, and fans are addicted to decoding every inch of it. Then, like clockwork, one of the former OTF members decided to drop a freestyle on IG Live. No beat, no edits, just raw bars in his room. And he didn't name names, but he didn't need to. Some say I switched, but I just elevated. He left me starving while his plate inflated. Bro. The internet ate it up. Even if it wasn't about Durk directly, the timing made it feel like a shot. And that's where we are now. Unfollows. Shade, betrayal, deals done in silence, friendships fractured by money, fame, and fear. And no matter how much both sides say it's love, fans know better. The vibes don't lie. The fans thought it couldn't get messier, but then someone unexpected stepped in, and it wasn't just some clout-chasing blogger or distant cousin doing IG lives. No, this time it was someone with weight. Meek Mill. Random? Maybe, but the timing, suspiciously perfect. Meek hopped on Twitter unprovoked and tweeted, "Seen too many crews get destroyed from the inside. Protect your brand, not your ego. No names, no worries." But everybody knew what was going on. People in the replies instantly connected the dots like, this a sub for Durk. He trying to give boss advice before more screenshots leak, and Meek always pop up when the streets get hot. And if you really think about it, it makes sense. Meek's been through the same thing. Dream Chasers had its own drama. Betrayal, silence, people switching up, legal pressure. So when he says something, even if indirect, people pay attention, especially Durk. But it wasn't just Meek. Shortly after, a screenshot started floating around. An alleged FaceTime between Durk and Future. Nothing crazy, just both of them laughing, seemingly talking music. But in the bottom corner, a whiteboard with the words, "Clean circle only, no ops, no leaks." Now fans were like, wait a minute, is Durk plotting something bigger? And that's when whispers of the project started. Rumors say Durk's next drop won't just be an album, it's a message. Something calculated, clean, built around trust, and free from anyone who wasn't solid. Allegedly, it's already 90% done, and everybody who's featured on it, part of his new inner circle. And guess who's allegedly on it? Kodak Black. Yup. After showing support online during the early drama, word is Kodak and Durk linked behind the scenes and cooked up something cold. Fans even claim Kodak dropped a voice memo on his burner IG story saying, "I ain't in no click, but when real ones reach out, I ain't ducking." Now, if that record drops, and if it's got subtle bars aimed at the OTF fallout, this beef could turn into a full-blown rap storyline. And speaking of bars, you already know what's next. Leaks. One night, a 38-second clip hit Twitter of what sounded like a diss track, but not from Durk. This one, allegedly a collab between two former OTF members. The energy? Aggressive, emotional, coded, but obvious. The line that blew up? Cut ties, then doubled back. Let the label clean the tracks, but you can't edit real life when the loyalty cracked. Sheesh, people started digging. Who's on the track? Where'd it come from? And the biggest question, is Durk gonna respond? So far, he hasn't said a word, and that silence is only making fans dig deeper. Now they're going back to old OTF music, breaking down lyrics, looking for early signs of division. One fan posted a thread saying the tension was building for months, pointing to bars where Durk mentioned feeling used, and another where he said, "Everybody eatin' till it's time to clean the plates." And in the middle of all this, another twist drops. King Von's old engineer, yes, him, randomly goes live on TikTok and says, "Not everybody was loyal to Von while he was alive. Some of y'all crying now were quiet when it counted." Bro, the comments erupted. People were asking, who's he talking about? Is this tied to the current OTF drama? Is this why Durk's cutting people off now? He didn't say names, but before logging off, he left fans with this: "Just know the people still in the room ain't the ones who showed up last minute." What does that even mean? Nobody knows, but it added gasoline to a fire already burning hot. And then came the next strategic move. Durk dropped a teaser, not a song, not a diss. Just a clean black and white trailer with the words, "Chapter closed, circle clean. We up next." It had slow motion footage of city skylines, recording studios, and blurry images of people from the back. Clearly intentional, nothing direct, but the message? Clear. Durk's done talking, he's done cleaning, and now he's building. And honestly, that's what separates him. Some artists collapse when drama hits, others evolve, and it's looking like Durk's about to evolve hard. He's setting up his next era, one without the people he no longer trusts, one built with tighter security, sharper vision, and less loyalty talk, more execution. But there's one last layer. A source inside the industry said something chilling to a blog. If you think this OTF situation is messy now, wait till the deal goes public. The deal? They're talking about a rumored distribution partnership between Durk and a major label, separate from OTF and reportedly worth 7 figures. The catch? He can only move forward with it if he cleans house. No pending lawsuits, no internal drama, no names tied to legal tension, just a clean operation. And now it all makes sense. The unfollows, the leaks, the silence, the trailer, the Kodak collab. Durk's not just cutting ties, he's securing a legacy. And the people left behind, they're either bitter, building their own wave, or watching closely, ready to strike if he slips. But will he? Or is this just the beginning of a new chapter? Because the OTF we used to know, that era might be over. And what comes next might just redefine how the rap game handles loyalty in business. It was bound to happen. After weeks of whispers, subtweets, and cryptic posts, someone finally said a name. Not behind a beat, not hidden in a caption. Live, on camera, and the internet hasn't been the same since. It was Rico, one of the first OTF members Durk unfollowed back when all this started. He hadn't spoken directly, not even when the leaked audio dropped, but on a random Thursday night with no warning, he went live. 10,000 viewers in the first 5 minutes. He wasn't hyped, he wasn't angry, he looked tired, like someone who'd been holding it in too long. "I was OTF before some of y'all even knew what that meant," he said. "But one thing about me, I ain't gotta kiss rings or bite my tongue to get respect. And Durk know exactly what I'm talking about." Pause. Chat going crazy. He finally speaking. Bro, it's up now. Nah, this energy ain't promo, this real. Rico kept going. I ain't never signed nothing that said I had to shut up. I put in work. I helped build that name. But the second you say, nah, I'm not cool with how this move went, now you cut off, now you a snake. Then it happened. The line that would go viral before the live even ended. Durk moving like he trying to impress the boardroom, not the block. But we the ones who made the name ring, not them white rooms. Bruh, that quote was on Twitter, TikTok, Reddit, and every blog within minutes. And Durk, still silent. But silence only amplifies noise. And after that live, the noise got deafening because not even 24 hours later, the diss track dropped. Rico, full verse, full beat. Uploaded to SoundCloud with no cover art, just the title. Dead silence. The bars, venomous. Cut my name, but not my worth. You took the chain, but not the turf. Your handshake weak, your lawyer work. I stood on loyalty, you stood on merch. Jesus, fans didn't even wait to debate. It's official, OTF Civil War activated. This better than half the industry beefs. Durk gotta respond now, but here's the thing, Durk didn't, and that's what's driving the fans crazy. He posted the next morning, not a tweet, not a statement, just a photo dump, studio, new chain, notebook with lyrics blurred, caption, timing is everything, no tag, no mention, no defense, just energy. People flooded the comments. Are you even gonna respond? So you lost your brother and gained PR? Drop the reel, not the playlist. And here's where it gets real messy. A known OTF photographer liked Rico's diss track on SoundCloud, then unliked it, then went private. Too late. The screenshots had already gone viral. Even the cameraman switching sides. Durk lost control, and it didn't help that a former OTF producer dropped a TikTok the same day. In the clip, he says, "Funny how you can be in every session, every rollout, every tour, but the second you speak your truth, you get removed like an extra verse." And then he dropped this line that echoed through the comments. Durk running OTF like it's a startup now, but the foundation, we were the day ones. And now he outsourcing the soul. Even people who weren't involved started weighing in. G Herbo commented under a blog post about the situation. The real always gonna shake the fake eventually. No clarification, no follow-up. STG posted a black screen on his story with the words, "Silence don't mean soft." And then King Von's sister tweeted, "He would have never moved like this. No name, no context." But again, the timing, it felt like everything was imploding and fans are left torn. Half saying, Durk is evolving, he don't owe nobody nothing. The other half saying, he switched up and abandoned the very people who made OTF mean something. So now we're asking the question that nobody wants to face. Did Durk clean house to protect the brand? Or did he kill the family in the process? Because at this point, it's not just rap, it's identity, it's trust. It's the blurred line between the homies and the liabilities. Some say Durk's playing chess, thinking long-term, protecting his future from mess. Others say he's burning bridges with no plan to rebuild. And meanwhile, the fans are in the comments every day asking, when's the diss response coming? Is OTF done for real? Who's still with him? We don't know. What we do know, Durk's next move is everything. If he claps back, it confirms the beef. If he stays silent, the fans might call it fear. If he drops a new OTF project with a whole new cast, it's over for the old era. Because this ain't just a disagreement. This ain't just business. This is war inside a name that used to mean family. And now, it's every man for himself. So now we gotta ask, what did we just witness? Was this Durk leveling up and cutting off dead weight? Or was it a full-blown betrayal of the people who helped build his legacy from the ground up? Cause this wasn't just a rebrand, this was a purge. And Durk did it quiet. No press, no diss, no names. Just unfollows, silence, and a couple of cryptic captions. And meanwhile, his day ones out here dropping diss tracks, going live, and reminding us they were here before the platinum plaques and whiteboard meetings. And the real question? Who's telling the truth? Did someone in OTF flip behind the scenes? Did Durk catch a snake in the circle? Or did success make him forget who built the table he's now eating at? It's giving chess not checkers versus you switched for the brand. And let's be honest, we've seen this movie before. We just didn't expect this ending. But this story, far from done, because if Durk responds, if another track leaks, or if that rumored new OTF project drops with a whole different lineup, that's when the real chaos begins. Now it's your turn. Drop your theories in the comments. Was Durk protecting himself or abandoning loyalty? Who's still in OTF and who's next to speak? Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on noties. Cause if the next move drops tonight, you already know we'll be the first to break it down. We out.